What's up? What's up, everybody? I'm Tyler. This video, I'm just gonna kind of quickly run down a couple of events and whatnot in the combat sports world. Since what do you know, I'm a fan of boxing, kickboxing, and MMA. I'm only tackling big ones. I mean, there's a Bellator, there's a Titan FC event going on. There's all kinds of MMA, and there's some boxing that I'm not aware of, but there's a bunch of boxing. I'm just going to run down a few things. You see it in the title, what I'm going to be talking about, and I'm not going to list every single fight in all of them, but I'll be putting it in the description. I'm going to start with UFC 146 because that's probably the reason that you're watching this. Okay, so just a quick rundown of some prelim fights of interest. I mean, you got Mike Brown and Daniel Pineda. Decent fight. You know, Kyle Kingsbury, Glover Teixeira, decent fight. You know, Jacob Volkmann, Paul Sass. Not real excited for that. Dan Hardy versus Duane Ludwig. The reason I was looking that way is because I'm looking at my phone, looking at the fight card. Excuse me. I'm not big on Dan Hardy, but I mean, this is a good fight for him. You know, hopefully it'll probably be stand-up. He might actually have a chance. Whatever. Could be a decent fight. Jason Miller versus CB Dollaway. Mayhem is a lot better than his last fight showed you. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but he's a much better fighter than that. I'm a Mayhem fan. I think he'll take out Dollaway, and if he doesn't, I'm going to be pretty depressed. Next fight, Edson Barboza versus Jamie Varner. You know, that's not a bad fight. They're both crafty. You know, Varner's a veteran and whatnot. That could be a pretty good fight. And as you notice, I'm not really doing many predictions. I'll throw in a prediction here and there, but that's not really my thing. Like, I'll predict stuff during a fight while I'm watching it. Be like, hey, I got this guy, but whatever. Brandao versus Darren Elkins. That's a pretty good fight too. I mean, this is a good card from like top to bottom. Like, next fight is, according to the UFC site, Stefan Struve versus Lavar Johnson. Now this could be a good fight. Lavar is just pretty much a tank on the feet, just throws and throws. Struve is, you know, he tends to take a lot of hits, but he's got a crafty sub game. This definitely is not as good as the original fight. I was so pumped to see Mark Hunt. I was probably most excited to see him, to be honest. So that got kind of butchered, but this is still a decent fight. You know, it could be fun. Next fight, Shane Del Rosario versus, I'm going to pronounce this guy's name wrong, Stipe, Miocic, whatever. Anyways, you know, this is a pretty cool fight. It's cool to see Del Rosario in the UFC, see what he can do. He's a good prospect. I mean, they're both good prospects. So this could be an entertaining fight. Next fight is Roy Nelson versus Dave Herman. I'm really high on Herman. I know he lost his last fight. I think that if he really tried, he could be a really good heavyweight. He's had some really interesting and good finishes, like before he got to the UFC. I mean, upkick finishes, you know, omoplatas. I've been a Dave Herman fan for a while now, and I was pumped to see him in the UFC. So I got him winning. Like, I want him to win. I think he will. Roy Nelson hasn't been doing so well, but I think Herman will take him out. Next fight, Cain Velasquez versus Antonio Silva. Cain's got this. Even though Cain got knocked out really quick in his fight against Junior, that doesn't expose Cain in any way. I think a fight between those two, like a rematch, wouldn't go quite as quick. Cain is legit. Antonio Silva's good too, but he'll have nothing. He'll have nothing for Cain. I got Cain winning. I still think Cain's one of the best heavyweights on the planet. And the main event is Junior Dos Santos versus Frank Mir. You know, as everyone knows, should have been JDS versus Overeem, which would have been fantastic. But that didn't happen, whatever. So now we're left with a different type of matchup. Not striker versus striker, but we got striker versus ground specialist who's, you know, been working on his stand-up and has good stand-up. I got Junior winning this. Junior's top 3, you know, heavyweight in the world. I would say he's the best. I think Cormier would give him a lot of problems because Cormier is legit, as he proved. But I like Junior a lot. You know, I don't think Mir will take him down and sub him, but you never know. It's MMA, so that's a pretty good fight. But obviously, it's not as cool as Overeem versus JDS. So it's UFC 146 is going to be a really good card. I'm already 6 minutes in. So on to the next thing. We're going to go to boxing. We got Lucian Bute versus Carl Froch. And this fight I'm ridiculously excited for as well because I'm a big Bute fan. And I like Carl Froch. Bute's... He's an amazing body puncher. I mean... And he's so classy in there, you know... Like, knocking someone out and just the classic walk away after he does it. Just classy in there. He moves, you know? And I like Carl Froch as well. Wasn't really seen him as much of a boxer, but during the super middleweight, their tournament, the Super 6, he proved that he can box. But ultimately, I think Bute will win this. I'm not going to say if he's going to knock him out or whatever, because I'm a dumbass. But I guess the real question here is how many times will they show Froch's girlfriend? I got $10 on about 30. So, there you go. Hold me to it. And, okay, the last thing I'm going to talk about is I'm going to go to kickboxing because K-1 is coming back. There's a lot of fights on this. I'll just talk about some of interest to me personally. You got the World Max 2012 Final 16. The biggest fight for me on there is Mike Zambidis versus Shahid Al-Haj because the first fight was incredible. If you haven't seen it, look it up because it's amazing. It was one of the best fights in any combat sport of that year. I think it was 2010. I don't know, whatever. I'm a big fan of, you know, Iron Mike Zambidis. I like both these guys, but Zambidis I like a lot. I mean, you got, you know, another fight. You got Andy Souwer fighting. You know, you got Kushenko fighting. Suyan. You know, you got Gago Drago, even though he's been losing, he's still an entertaining fighter. You know, Yuji Nashiro versus Reese McAllister could be a good fight. You know, I'm a big fan of Super Pro Samui, or Samu, whatever. I like him a lot, and I also like Chris Ngimbi, so I think that'll be a good fight. Kind of an interesting clash of styles there. And then you go to the World Grand Prix 2012 Super Fights. This is just, you know, this is fantastic. You got Mossab Emrani versus Zeben Diaz. I'm sorry if I butcher names. I'm stupid. I could hear the names a million times, and if they're foreign, I'll still fuck them up. Anyway, that should be a really good fight. Yeah. We'll go down here to Badr Hari versus Anderson Braddock Silva. I'm a huge Badr Hari fan. He's like the kickboxing Mike Tyson. He just comes to fight. He left for boxing, but I don't know if he's still doing that or not. Somebody comment and tell me if he's actually going to go back into boxing, if he's going to do both. I don't know. Let me know. But I'm a big Hari fan. He's one of my favorite kickboxers. Came off a huge win against Gokhan Saki, like demolished Gokhan Saki. And I know Saki fights kind of out of his weight class. He fights bigger guys, but most people don't demolish Saki like that. And Badr Hari did. He fucking killed him. If you haven't seen that fight, watch it because it was ridiculous. And Braddock Silva is a good talent too. I got Hari winning this, but that should be a good fight. Then you got Mirko Cro Cop versus Lauren Javier Jorge. To kickboxing, but especially probably MMA fans at this point. Cro Cop's been doing some kickboxing this year. Fought Ray Cepho. It's nice to see Cro Cop back doing this. He's obviously older and whatnot, and he's fighting a guy who's been kickboxing throughout the whole time. I think Cro Cop's gonna lose. It's not that I want Cro Cop to lose. I just think it's gonna happen. Then you got Daniel Guida versus Paul Soinski. It doesn't fucking matter who fights Guida unless it's like a Badr Hari or someone. Guida's gonna win. He's fucking ridiculous. He'll leg kick you to death. He'll punch your head off. He's another one. Another guy I really like. He'll take this. I got a text because I'm so popular. And the last fight, to be honest, I don't know the guys real well, so I'm just gonna say their names: Rico Verhoeven and Sergey Lashenko. I don't know a ton about them. It'll probably just be a good fight. So, I'm excited. I didn't want to make a video previewing every fight with a lot of in-depth because it would be too long. I'm actually kind of surprised I got through this in less than 15 minutes. I thought I might have to do 2 parts. I just kind of wanted to get the word out there and get views. Yeah, so you got a lot to look forward to. I mean, like I said, you do have like a Bellator and whatnot on Friday, but I'm not real excited for this Bellator. And you got Titan FC, but I'm not really big into Titan, but I'll probably end up watching it. And you got some great boxing going on. I think Bute, he'll take him out, and then hopefully next is Andre Ward, because I know Ward didn't want the fight until Bute fought someone top, so maybe after this fight. But Bute can't look past Froch because he's tough. And then you got your kickboxing. It's nice to see K-1 back with an absolutely stacked card. So have fun watching your combat sports. If you're just into MMA, that's cool, whatever. But if you like boxing, kickboxing, it's even better. And I got another text. I'm gonna answer it. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, and peace out.